Ladies and gentlemen, in the month of April, coronavirus has gone tenfold. Now, if you remember, Trump was talking about there's 36,000 flu deaths. He was saying this back in the beginning of March, and coronavirus is nowhere near as deadly as the flu. Well, in a 2-month period, coronavirus has surpassed flu deaths. So Trump, once again, don't know what the hell he's talking about. So this came out on NPR April 23rd, 2020. Trump didn't see it coming. Coronavirus deaths increased tenfold this month. And these folks are talking about reopening the country when they know this thing went tenfold over a 2-month period. But this is the insanity that we're seeing. A month ago, Trump went on Fox and played down the potential lethality of the novel coronavirus and compared it to the seasonal flu, which we know it's nothing like the flu. We've had horrible flus, Trump said, March 24th. I mean, think of it. We averaged 36,000 people, death. I'm not talking about cases. I'm talking about deaths. Now, look at this chart. They're showing you the coronavirus deaths as of April 21st. He is giving you an annual number of how many people die in a year. So, in a 2-month period, coronavirus has sailed right on past flu deaths. So, those of you that are comparing it to the flu, you can quit now. $36,000 deaths a year. People die, 36,000 from the flu, but we've never closed down the country for the flu. So you say to yourself, what is this all about? This is what Trump said on Fox back in March on the 24th. Trump's numbers on the flu have come into question, but even by his own cited numbers, there have now been far more deaths from COVID-19 in less than 2 months. As the chart right here that you see on the screen shows, the curve nationally is hardly flattening that by that measure. So you can see what flattening curve is going on. See, these people that keep coming to you talking about we have reached our peak, they are full of shit. And these people out here protesting, y'all full of shit too. These folks ain't no doctors and nurses. Trump is not a medical professional. Neither are those people marching around in the streets. But they gonna tell you what to do and go reopen a country. The United States saw its first documented death from the novel coronavirus on February 29th. The day before that death, Trump claimed it was Democrats who were politicizing coronavirus and said it was their new hoax. To criticize his administration's response to it. A week later, the president was touting poll numbers and saying anybody that wants a test gets a test. And we know that ain't even true to this very day. That's not even true today. That still isn't close to true. A week after that, despite World Health official warnings, and a day before it was declared a pandemic, Trump was calling the outbreak unexpected and urged people to stay calm It will go away. That didn't happen either. It didn't go away. So far, Trump ain't right about not one single thing. So let's go on. By Trump's Fox town hall near the end of March, just 706 Americans had died from the virus, and there were just under 54,000 cases at that time. Since then, the number of Americans who have died from it has gone up 65 times. In the month of April alone, the number of deaths have gone up almost tenfold from 4,780 to more than 46,000 as of Wednesday night. Trump is now focused on reopening. So this thing goes tenfold and he wants to open everything up without implementing a national testing plan, and even says he's encouraged and that it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to reopen the country without the majority still not tested, and this thing has gone tenfold. This is supposed to sound good to all of us now. But the reality is the deaths from coronavirus continue to spike. Trump didn't see it coming, and without the kind of careful reopening advised by health officials, there could be the kind of rebound that Anthony Fauci warned about when in Wednesday's briefing. So, the health officials are still warning against this reopening, and they are full steam ahead. Okay. And I can tell you what's going to happen when this thing starts just going completely off the charts. All of these protesters and Trump are going to deny any responsibility for it. That's what they're going to do. They're going to tell you it's not their fault, and be telling you what they're not responsible for because this is what they do. Meanwhile, everybody's life will be just you think that you are suffering now, it's going to get far worse when you send people out here back to work and back to doing activities like going to a gym or going to a nail salon, and they bring that mess home to their families. You think the hospitals are packed now? You ain't seen nothing yet. And again, these folks that are trying to march around telling you what should be opened, knowing this thing went tenfold, they ain't going to do nothing for you. They're not going to pay one single bill for you, and they're not going to take care of your family if you get sick. What they are stomping around for out in the streets, it's not our fight. Stay out of it, family. Not our fight. Let them go out there and do whatever. When they reopen, let them, just like you see them, the only ones marching, let them be the only ones out there. There is no job in this country that's worth dying over. Not one. Okay. Although I know one has the need to leapfrog over things, don't do that, Fauci, head of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, said. Do it in a measured way. I don't even think you should be talking about reopening. And no, there is no curve flattened. That's all fantasy talk, y'all. Don't fall for that. Oh, we're flattening the curve. If you went up tenfold, you didn't flatten shit. Y'all don't fall for that crap. These people, their pockets are hurting. They want everybody out here working, and they don't care if you lose your life just as long as they get to make money and remain on top. That's what this open the country is all about. It's a control thing. See, as long as they're sitting in their houses, they feel like they're not in control anymore. That's what it is. They're feeling they don't have any control over the nation anymore. The problem is, if we don't do that, there is a likelihood that we will have a rebound. The one way not to reopen the economy is to have a rebound that we can't take care of. And that's exactly what's right. Look, ladies and gentlemen, they can't even handle things now. And the economy is shut down, and a big chunk of the country is on lockdown, and they are falling apart now. If you reopen this country, there's going to be no controlling this, no controlling the deaths, no controlling anything. Every industry is going to collapse. So the rest of the article just goes through Trump initially downplaying everything and using all kinds of excuses for what was going on, and just ultimately just wasting a lot of time instead of diving in and trying to contain it at that point. So instead of doing that, he just downplayed it, called it a hoax, talking about it was going to go away, it was going to do this. Oh, more people die from the flu. Well, y'all can't say that anymore. You can't say none of them things anymore. And this man hasn't been right about one single thing. He's not a medical doctor. All of these people telling you to reopen the country, they have no medical license. They are sending you to your death. But y'all, please tell me what you think about coronavirus deaths going tenfold just in a 2-month period. And we haven't even seen the end results of April yet. We haven't even gotten to the end of the month. And look at what's happening. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.